Surprise, surprise, I'm back again, and today we're talking about how to get you shredded AF. I don't want to curse on here because I have no idea if that'll ban my account. But anyways, you're still going to learn how to get shredded. Before we get started, go ahead and click the subscribe button below so you can get more free content like this. It supports the channel and we appreciate you guys a lot. I think over 50% of you that watch my videos and get all this free stuff never subscribe. So go ahead and take 1 second and click that subscribe button. Now I'm going to go over a couple things today to get shredded, but we got to dispel some myths. We got to go over the specific my WOD shred formula to help CrossFitters lose fat and build muscle at the same time. And then of course, we're going to go over some of the fast fixes that you can be doing immediately to get moving in the right direction. Now, first, let's start with the big lie. And this is the big lie out there in the nutrition community and in the community of people doing 4 to 5 WODs per week that actually want to get shredded. Number one, you're not going to get shredded by just adding in more workouts. You're going to feel exhausted, tired, and you're still going to be the hamster on the hamster wheel. And imagine doing 4 to 5 WODs per week and still looking mid. Why would that be your goal? It shouldn't be. And so you need to fix your nutrition if you want to actually start looking like you work out. Because people think that they could just eat whatever they want just because they do a bunch of WODs or a bunch of Metcons per week. It's not going to work. Number two, we only burn 250 calories in a typical Metcon. So a lot of people think that they're just going to magically start looking better just because they work out more intensely or they put more effort into their actual workouts. It's just not going to work. So nutrition is the absolute key. You need to make sure that you're doing this correctly. And so now I want to go over the specific WOD shred formula that I created. And I promise you, if you follow this within the next 3 months, you're going to look freaking unrecognizable. Number one is protein. You guys have heard me say it here before. Protein is the most important macro if you're doing 4 to 5 WODs per week. Why? Because it helps you build more muscle, it helps repair muscle tissue, and you're actually going to look leaner and more jacked if you hit your protein goal. So what's my formula for this? My formula is to hit between 0.8 and 1 gram per pound of body weight every single day. Oh, well, Justin, Mr. WOD nutritionist, what happens if I don't hit my protein goal? Hit your protein goal the next day. Just keep going. Number two, we're going to talk about carbs. Now, why do people think they need to cut carbs to lose weight? They think this because somewhere down the last 5 years, someone said carbs make you fat, which is not true. It's over excess consumption of calories that make us fat and dip our performance in our box. And so what we need to do instead is we need to focus on utilizing carbs for intention. What a lot of you mother effers are doing is you're fueling your social life with carbs, not your WODs. So instead, you need to be fueling your workouts with carbohydrates and utilizing carbohydrate timing, which means you need to incorporate 70% of your carbs around your workout and 30% of your carbs away from the time you work out. This is a very specific timing strategy we use here at CBG through our blueprint system. Now, if you want your own blueprint and specific plan where all of your homework is done for you so you can lose fat and build muscle at the same time, you can click the link in the description. You can learn more about what my team does, my 11 full-time coaches that work with people all over the US and Canada to actually start looking like they work out. Now, after carbs, we need to talk about calorie balance. And this WOD nutrition formula that I've created, the shred formula specifically, goes as follows. You're going to multiply your body weight by 14. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you multiply by 14, you get 1,400. Now, most of us don't weigh 100 pounds. So take your weight in actual pounds and make this multiplication simple step and figure out your calories. Now, after about 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to lower your calories by 300 to 500 each and every day. So if you are 100 pounds, multiply by 14, it's 1,400 calories. After 3 weeks, you're going to lower your calories to 1,100, which is 300 calories below, and you're going to stick to that for another 2 to 3 weeks until it quits working. And then you lower your calories again. Now, disclaimer, women never go below 1,400 calories. Remember, I'm giving an example of someone that is 100 pounds. Most of them are not 100 pounds. Never go below 1,400 calories. Be very smart about this. Don't dip your calories too low. Next, we're going to talk about strength versus WOD combo. A lot of you guys are just crushing cardio. I'm going to do extra runs. I'm going to do some ab mat sit-ups. You don't need to do this in order to lose weight and to get shredded. You actually need to incorporate more strength workouts. So I call this my rule of 21, which means means you do 2 strength workouts, you do 1 Metcon. In other words, every time you do a cardio session, you need to be doing 2 strength sessions or pieces. That way, you're more balanced, doing more strength training and less cardio, so you can actually start looking like you do 4 to 5 Metcons per week and not skinny fat. Don't do this. And then lastly, we need to talk about sleep and recovery. Sleep is also such a critical, important part of you actually figuring out a way to hit your workouts every day with intention, going in there, crushing it, and being able to go back in there the next day and crush it and not feel like you totally tank in your workouts. It's probably because of lack of sleep. And so you need to make sure you're getting 7 to 9 hours per night. If you guys are not getting that, you're just going to struggle. That's the reality. Now, this is going to be where I go over some fast fixes that you guys can start incorporating right now. And it's all to do with supplements and eliminating a couple things as much as possible. Number 1, creatine. You start taking creatine in a matter of 2 weeks, you're going to start feeling better. You're going to look leaner, you're going to feel stronger, and you're going to have more energy. Point blank, period, end of discussion. Start taking 5 to 10 grams daily. Next, caffeine. Caffeine's going to help be that great pre-workout neurotropic that allows you to actually push more intensely into your WODs, and it also helps the absorption of carbs, which helps us recover. Very, very important. So if you're not drinking caffeine pre-workout, about 45 minutes is a really, really good time frame. You're going to want to start doing this. And then next, we're going to want to try to cut out and eliminate alcohol as much as possible. I like to make this rule: don't have more drinks than you do WODs per week. So if you do 4 WODs a week, you can't have more than 4 drinks a week. Period. End of discussion. Very simple. You do 6 WODs, you want to have 6 drinks or less. You don't work out at all that week, you're not going to have any drinks. Very, very specific formula based on the number of times you work out to limit your alcohol consumption. If you're sober curious and you're wanting to learn more about what that looks like to actually be able to make these improvements and to start looking like you work out. So I hope this guide really helps you guys. My WOD nutrition formula, shred formula, we use this with clients all over the world that want to look like they actually CrossFit and feel better. And so if that's you, you can click the link in the description below. And if that's not you and you just love watching these videos, YouTube wants you to watch this video next.